Hey guys, welcome back to the tutorials on the Breed Up software. I'm Ferris Simon, the creator of this software, and today we are going to go through how to record AI matings and all of the different features associated with the AI mating section of this platform. And if you guys are breeding cows, I think you're really going to like some of the stuff we see. So kind of like what we did with the ET mating section, if you've seen that video before this one, is I've set up two different groups. We have one group where there's no heats, and then I have one group where we've got 32 head. Some of them are in heat. We have a few of them without. And I'll just kind of show you through the workflow. We've already established that we have some matings loaded in this system already. And if you've watched the ET stuff, some of this will look familiar. So here's our group, AI2, in the spring 2026. We have no heats recorded in this group. And if we want to decide to make some of these cows ET cows, same as it was the other way, we can flip these two toggle buttons here. You'll be able to assign ET matings to them. If you go back to the all section, you can flip them back. And your ET options up here in the corner and right here disappear. And we'll just keep it simple. And this is all going to be AI matings within this specific group. And in this part, if you kind of establish what cows are in your groups, just like with the ET stuff, you can go through here and you can pre-assign matings before the cows are ever in heat, before they're ever ready to be bred. You can decide that, hey, this 58 cow is going to get all me. Just like with the ET section, you can pre-select which bulls you want to see in this drop down. It makes it really easy here, so you don't have to go scrolling through. If I know I'm really going to heavily use these four, it brings them to the top. Same thing if you want to quick add something that wasn't already in here. Maybe you're going to use this bull here called Overtime. He's successfully added. We can go down here. It's already checks him as something that's going to be used in this deal. We could add him here like that. But because there's no heat times, there's no AI window, none of this other calculation here, this part of it's just really to show you that you can pre-plan a lot of stuff. Let's flip over to the group that has heat times, okay? So we have all these heat times populated with the exception of a few of these. We're going to breed these cows AI, and we can assign matings. We could do all this type of stuff that I just showed you. Here's what I think is pretty cool. We have the show hide mating counts just like we did in the ET section. So we can just kind of add some of these things here. Same thing. We can breed the cattle here too if we want. Record breeding, it's going to timestamp it right now. And when you create that breeding, it removes the AI window because it's a moot point at that anymore. Here's some of the cooler features that I like about this section that really solved some problems for me and my operation, and hopefully for you and yours. Right here, we can set the AI window parameters for this specific group. It's group by group, not animal by animal, because you might decide that heifers, for example, need to be bred at a different time than your cows. It might be you're breeding a bunch of sex semen, and that's going to be different than your conventional semen. Either way, it calculates this on a group by group basis. A lot of that reason is, personally, I didn't want to go in and have to set it different for every cow. That seems like a redundant effort. I kind of want to do a big picture application. Your defaults are 8 to 12 hours, and you can change this. And as you change this, it will update these windows right here. And you can set this to wherever you want. Let's call it, on this one, we'll call it 10 to, or let's go 11 to 13 hours. Kind of a oddball time. We're just playing around here, okay? And as you can see, for each heat, it's going to give you the ideal AI window. And then right here in this AI schedule time limits, this is where you're telling the system what is the earliest you want to be out there breeding your first group in the morning, and what is the latest you want to start your last group. This is for those of us that have other stuff going on in our lives. Hey, maybe we have dance recital with the kids or a sports game or something at night, and we gotta be getting going by 6 p.m. Maybe it's dark this time of year and we can't get out there before 7. So when we set those parameters and we hit this sort and AI button, the program will group those heats into the most ideal breeding groups based on their breeding window, and it will tell you the date and most ideal time to start breeding this group, where everything in this group will get bred within their window. And what basically this does is it will lead to the least amount of times to the shoot. If you remember, we set 6 p.m. as the latest we want to go. So this breeding window is between 8:40 and 10 p.m. But we told the system, hey, we got to start that last group by 6 p.m. So it will group all of these into the 6 p.m. group. Here, it's doing the opposite. These are later heats, still not within that 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. window. These are in the middle of the night. Of course, a lot of us aren't going to go out there at 1:30 a.m. to make the ideal breeding. It's going to group it to the 7 a.m. group because that's closer. When you have more of these cows, and I think this will be one that could be a good example. So we have 7 cows in this 6 p.m. breeding group, and you might be asking, hey, I want to bring the ones to the shoot first that are leaving their window the soonest. So the ones that, probably this 8:45 one, and I think it should do it here. There you go. So it's going to bring the most urgent ones first in 1 hour groupings. You should, in theory, based on the algorithm, be breeding somewhat in this order. So it'll say, hey, bring 174, 288, 679. And see, those are kind of all the ones that are leaving a heat around 9 p.m. And then you got this group of them that are leaving at 10:40. So these are the least ones that you should worry about. And you can do the same way here. And just, you can toggle these things back and forth. Hey, you should get this 144 cow first, because if you're out here 5:45 p.m., she's leaving her window first. She's the most urgent one. Then these ones leaving the window at 7 p.m. Then this one leaving the window at 7:45. Again, same thing here. You can assign the matings on the fly as you're breeding. You could do this in advance, and you can mark these things as bred. I'm trying to think here. Today is the 25th. So this is a older heat. Let's go down and give it some good data if we can. We're a little early on a couple of these in this group. This today is the 25th, and it's about 4 p.m. where I'm at. So we can assign some of these matings, and we can breed these. And just like it is in the ET section, click to breed. If you want to edit things, say, hey, this was at 4:57 p.m. Or if you want to say, you know what, I want to change the bull. There you go. It's that simple. Click to breed. If you want to undo it, you can undo it. And we can go back. And if you want to change these parameters as you learn more about what's working, you can just click plus and minus. So really simple. It saves a lot of time and a lot of effort thinking about when is the optimal time to be breeding these cows. Which one should I be getting? Which one should I be sorting? How much semen do I need to pull and put in my breeding tank from my storage tank? It solves a lot of those types of problems, this one little section within the app. And that's about it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for your interest. And we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.